Today, we will hear from the State Department regarding the positive impact American trade with Asia has had and promises to have on our economy and, additionally, on our national security. That's if we are willing to put in place smart and fair policies to tear down trade barriers overseas to better sell U.S. products to the world. For most of the last century, the United States-led system of open global markets has dramatically increased our prosperity, and it's lifted more than 1 billion people out of extreme poverty in the last 20 years alone. More than 1 billion people lifted out of poverty, greatly serving our economic, political, and humanitarian interests worldwide, including our interests in Asia. The benefits of trade cannot be taken for granted. We've reached an important decision point. A strong Trans-Pacific Partnership Agreement would bolster our economic and political standing in a growing and increasingly important part of the world, that is in Asia. To negotiate a strong Trans-Pacific Partnership, or TPP as we're calling it, trade promotion authority is needed. TPA will establish high standards for the TPP, and it will strengthen the hands of U.S. negotiators to strike an effective and an enforceable deal. And if the White House strikes a bad deal with TPA, Congress is still positioned to reject it. TPP could be enormously beneficial, potentially adding trillions of dollars to the world economy. TPP would give U.S. exporters better access to 1 billion consumers. International trade currently supports 38 million American jobs, and TPP and the trade agreement additionally being negotiated with Europe could add over 1 million more, helping build a healthier economy. Of course, there are concerns about the U.S. trade deficit, but much of that is due to our large oil import bill, which is dropping as domestic production increases. And the fact is that we have a trade surplus with our 20 current trade agreement partners. In manufacturing alone, we have a $55 billion surplus with these countries, over double from only a few years ago. Yet of the 75 trade agreements in Asia since 2000, we were a party to 3 of them, just 3. We cannot be sidelined. Good agreements create enforceable, high standards for trade and help level the playing field for our American companies. It is us who have the most to gain from them, as our exporters face far higher tariffs than their competitors do here. Meanwhile, Beijing is making rapid anti-competitive moves that are throwing the world trade system off balance. These include issuing regulations to make it easier to steal intellectual property from American companies operating overseas. Beijing also is creating its own parallel institutions. The Regional Comprehensive Economic Partnership and the Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank are designed to shut out the United States. TPP strengthens the U.S., not the government in Beijing. Beijing is pressing its neighbors to choose U.S. or them. Partner with one or the other. Asia is far too important economically and geopolitically for us to disengage, not being part of its economic fabric, which TPP will define. We are members. We are a Pacific country, after all. Let's remain one. And I'll now turn to the ranking member for any opening comments he may have, Mr. Elliott Engel of New York.